right, welcome to One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I am your host, Kirk DeMars, and guess what? Tonight is our 200th episode. I cannot even believe how fast this time has gone by, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been we've had some shenanigans with the co-host that I'm going to be bringing on tonight, so we'll get to talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about some of the favorite moments. We'll talk also about everything that goes behind the scenes as far as doing the photo shoots with the student athletes. And we're just excited to be able to share some of those things with you tonight, as well as maybe some of the stuff that we're looking at doing in the future. Um, my guests are probably thinking, what are we doing in the future? I don't know, but we'll get to that in a moment. For those of you that were expecting to see the interview with as a memorial to Riley Pipes, we apologize. Sorry that we were not able to do that tonight due to some unforeseen circumstances at the last moment. Our prayers go out to the friends and the family. We definitely wanted to do remembrance of him and just honor your memories. But it just ended up not being possible. And so, again, we apologize. If you want to if you feel like you want to share some good memories or comments in the comment section, you feel free to go ahead and do that because I'm sure that anybody that would appreciate um, hearing those or seeing those would love to see that. So, with that, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my co hosts. I said co host, but this is going to be co hosts. I've got the one and only Jay and Katie Gill. How are you guys doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, but I couldn't quite make that out. Co-hosts, or are you hosts with an S at
Co-hosts.
the end
S.
for
S.
plural? Got it.
Plural. Got it. So that lovely lady sitting next to you.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, we've got one of our, I guess you would say, longtime members watching tonight. We got Melanie Morton Porter. She's had a few of her kids have been in the magazine, and thanks for joining us tonight, Melanie. You've been a big part of the program, and your kids have been a big part of the magazine.
100%. It was funny. You had said right before I get on, he's like, "Well, I thought maybe you could share about some of your favorite interviews," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I you didn't let me prepare at all. I just walked in from work. I'm trying to think, and it was funny. I was like." Well, I really enjoyed that one interview. I was like, "What was that girl's name?" "Oh, the Porter girl. I really enjoyed her interview," and I was gonna bring her up. So, anyways, it's funny that her mom popped up.
Well, so that's brownie points right there for mom. Um, so what have you guys been doing? You just got back to Colorado here just a couple of weeks ago from being here in Jeff City. What's been going on since you got back?
Well, we've been working on the next issue of the magazine. So that's exciting. We've got some really great kids that'll be featured in the November, December issue. And just enjoyed, you know, hearing their interviews and everything. And of course going back through the pictures because we had taken those back in the spring. So anyways, it's been fun. But yeah, we're just working hard on getting that going so that, that can be out on time.
Yeah, and it's not like you guys aren't busy with, life besides this. I mean, Jay, why don't you tell everybody what you do as your other full-time job? That's kind of like I have another full-time job. We all have Katie has another full-time job. We all have other full-time jobs. Go ahead.
We do. We stay quite busy, but I work at the, Delta Building Center. It's where we manufacture, custom roof trusses. We also have a metal roll former shop, and so we roll roofing and siding metal, and then we also build, custom sheds. And so anyways, at the Delta Building Center, we have Delta Truss, Delta Metals, and Delta Sheds, and that keeps me very busy, just helping to keep all those companies moving forward. And so, anyways, yeah, when I have time, which is usually on evenings and weekends is when I write articles, and so my wife knows this past weekend was get done with all the articles, no excuse weekend.
Uh-huh.
And so I one night even stayed up till about 5 a.m. sending
Oh my goodness.
articles, writing articles and sending articles over to our dear Miss Kirsten Cheney. I'm trying to think of what her title would be, but she reads and proofs all the articles to make sure that I don't sound so silly in writing as I do in real life. So
Well,
shout out to
if
Kirsten.
you're writing it until 5 a.m., you may sound silly.
It gets loopy. So yeah, she got some pretty late emails from me. But we did that all this past weekend, and Dad, I'm done. I finished every one of them, so
Wow.
no excuses on my end. I'm done. It's up to you, Kate. Finish it.
Yeah.
He's passed the baton on.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Then I bet he's happy about that. I know he probably would have rather it have been on the Chiefs bye week, but anyway, he got her done.
I did. I had a couple articles still on Sunday, and one of the more complicated ones were writing about the St. Elizabeth fishing team, and there's
Yes.
four student athletes on the fishing team, and I really enjoyed every single one of their questionnaires. So I just had to pull it all together, and so that was fun. But
Yeah.
anyways, I was doing working on that while watching the Chiefs game, and boy, howdy, was that a good Chiefs game!
If we could get, if we, I don't know. Defense is doing great. Love it. Um, we could go a whole program into that because I know how much you and I love the,
Oh
and Kate loves
man,
the Chiefs. So,
but did you see Patrick Mahomes truck that kid? I mean, Mahomes, that man has a family. You don't do that on national television. Oh my
uh,
goodness.
I was just hoping he wasn't going to get hurt.
Same.
Yeah. Because I can remember the one time that he did a quarterback sneak and he gets hurt. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Well,
He
speaking of that
is
article,
he looked
speaking of that,
strong. Anyways,
yeah,
okay, you're trying to
speak.
segue. I'll
No,
let you.
that's good. Speaking of that article, we had already taken photos of two of the boys, and then there were two more added. So, Katie, talk a little bit about the dynamic of what we did when we went out on these recent photo shoots and bringing these other kids in.
No, it was great. Of course, we love working with all the schools. We have a great relationship with all the schools, and so it was great. We had heard that all four students had done really well, and they really just wanted to be able to feature them. So they just asked, hey, I know you have two students already ready to go. And they had already, I think, filled out their questionnaires and everything. And so they just want to know, would it be possible to add in two more? And it worked out. We were in town. We were scheduling shoots for the next first three issues of
Next
next
year.
year. And so we just added a little extra time on to their time slot, and it was fun. We actually got to go out to a lake.
Yeah,
At one point, one of them brought a fishing pole, so they're like, "Hey, let's just do some fishing." So after we did photos, then they were all just huddled around and doing some fishing. So that was a lot of fun. But
I don't time out. I don't know if we were supposed to say they were fishing while they were out getting their photo
it's
No,
shoots.
no, no. We have
just
to
for
get
the
action
pictures,
shots. It's
Oh, okay,
for
gotcha,
the
gotcha,
pictures,
gotcha,
action
gotcha.
shots. So if anyone from the school board is listening, we made them fish while
Gotcha.
technically at school. That's on
Okay.
us.
Yeah, that's on us.
and it
Okay.
didn't take too much time.
And and at that time we didn't see him catch anything either, so
No, no,
yeah. But it
no.
looked impressive.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. So yeah, no, it was just really cool. I love when exciting things happen at the schools, and we can just help feature, the students and their achievements. So yeah, they were put under pressure for the other two students to fill out the forms, but they got it done, and I'm sure the article that Jay did was fantastic.
Oh, it turned out real good.
All right. We'll wait to hear back from Kirsten.
Yeah. I'll just be like, Jay."
Jay, I have no idea what you were mumbling about. It said 5 a.m. when you sent this to me. Oh, that's good. Uh, we've had, I did want to mention this. It is difficult. Over the almost 10 years now that we've been doing this. And again, we mentioned Riley at the beginning of the program, and I do want to say one thing about his photo shoot here in just a moment. And I know Katie, you remember this, but we've had, this is the third student athlete that we've covered that has passed, and I mean, it's difficult.
It's
It's
hard.
really difficult on the I mean, we know it's difficult on the schools. We know it's difficult, definitely difficult on the families, um, just friends. I mean, just seeing everybody just mourning because of I mean, it's just too soon. It's too soon. So again, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of them. We had gone and planted a couple of trees for a couple of those student athletes. And I remember when we were doing that particular thing, we went to Russellville High School, and then the other place was for Helias Catholic, but Helias was actually out at the cemetery. Um, and as we still go this day doing photo shoots, we see that tree still growing out there over in Russellville.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
pretty,
it's looking good. It's a good looking tree. I'm
yeah,
happy that it's held up this long. We talked about that every time we drive up to the because we have to go to the school and then we end up usually driving over to the track. But every
yeah,
time we drive by, we're like, "Hey, there's the tree."
yeah, it's pretty awesome. Um, Kate, do you remember when we did Riley's photo shoot and that he was, let's say, glistening?
Yes. Oh, man. Yeah. He was nervous, but such a genuinely kind kid.
Mhm.
That's what I remember even more than his sweat because he
Yeah,
kept he kept he's like, "I'm so sorry," and I was just like, "Hey, it makes you look like you just got done playing a
that's
basketball
right.
game, like you're in the moment. It's fantastic. It's adding to your photos." And because I know he was stressed about sweating, but
Yeah,
no, just I mean, in the short period of time that we got to meet him, just could tell he was a very genuine and nice person who
yeah,
cared about a lot of people and loved his sport and his school
hmm
and the people around him. So yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And again, our heartfelt condolences go out to the Lighthouse Preparatory Academy, um, State Tech community, um, his family, all of his family, and we're so sorry, and we just pray for the comfort by the Holy Spirit for each and every one of you. So,
Mhm.
um, if moving on here to some other things, but I do have to let you guys know if all of a sudden, just out of anywhere, I just do something like that, there's a mosquito in here and he's trying to get me. I know you don't have those in Colorado, but this one is here and he's trying to get me. He's just, how they make like a flyby? He's just kind of
Mhm.
just zooming around just like that.
It's fine. Just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's dad."
Get
Yep.
him, Dad. Get him.
I'll get him. I hope I'll get him. I hope he doesn't get me. All right. So Kate, tell us a little bit about this last time when you guys came. We had an increased load of photo shoots and the amount of time that we did those in. Why don't you describe that a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's always a whirlwind when we come in to do shoots and meet the students. That's something that's pretty special, and I know that each of us really cherishes that time that we're able to do that, to take that time. But we go to every school, and I think we did it within 4 days. I think is what it was. 4 days, from morning until late afternoon, early evening. Just getting to meet with the students, and while we're there, I mean, we're doing photos, um, and we only have a certain amount of time because we really want to honor the school's time, and the teachers and everything. So we try not to take a lot of time, but in those moments, it's just kind of cool because we get to have conversations with every single student and hear a little bit a little bit about their story and why they love their sport, how long they've been playing their sport,
Mhm.
why they chose to get involved and um what class they're getting out of. Are they happy about it or
Mhm.
are they stressed about it? And I mean, it's just kind of fun. You get to really see who they are just in those moments. And so yeah, we've got some really, I mean, we're always blessed with really great kids, but we've got
Mhm.
some exciting interviews and features coming up in
Mhm.
2025,
Yeah.
and just
Our
really looking
10th
forward to that.
our 10th year.
I know, I know, it's a big year. It's
Wow.
exciting.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So, I guess I would say also share a little bit about the personal touch by coming out and actually having the interaction with the kids at the schools and being able to, take personal time and doing their photographs and just really acknowledging them and giving them the experience of recognition from sports soccer.
Yeah, when I roll in, I roll in to that school like I own the place. Like
You do.
I typically am like, I these kids don't care if they're missing class. Let's take advantage of this. The schools, they don't like me as much. That's okay. I'm used to that. My main role, Dad, just so everyone, my main role. I'm talking to you viewers. My main role is I provide a certain aura,
Hmm.
a good atmosphere for the
Hmm.
kids to feel comfortable, to laugh, to thrive. You know,
Yeah,
I'm I'm here to entertain.
you are.
My wife would say, "Just shut your mouth and hold the flash." Okay, I'm also technically her tripod, but
Yeah.
I am a tripod with a soul. And so I'm more than just holding a flash. I'm creating art.
You are. And
Thank you. And you
Emily, Emily Emily Lush says, Jay the hype man.
oh, thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily. We appreciate that. And then we just had to make sure that this was added,
Oh, sassy tripod.
the
Yeah,
sassy
okay.
tripod.
I'm also referred to as the sassy tripod for whatever reason that is. All I'm saying is it is a full-blown sports locker experience when we
Yes,
show up to a school. And you it's special. You can't get that just from any other type of setting. Me and Katie make memories.
that's right.
Mostly me, but she captures them. And so that's what it's all about. But we are there. You know we don't typically have you know um we're not doing it for just us. We're doing
Right.
it for the schools, for the students, and we're doing it for um the uh um the advertisers.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it. That's what we're here to represent. And so ultimately, that's where our heart is. I do try to provide a nice fun time for the kids to relax. If they think I'm the biggest idiot in the room, then they can relax a little bit because they can't do anything dumber than what I do. And if that's what I have to do to provide a good time, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down for
Well, that's why I love having you on this program too.
that.
Because
That's why most people typically enjoy
be,
me being
no,
around, and
because
I'm okay with
I wasn't going to share this, but it's just like what Tina Hargis said, and you bring the good time. So you bring a good time to Sports Locker Magazine. You bring a good time to One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. You bring a good time to the schools and the students at the schools,
hey,
and
I
you bring
do
a
it
good time to
because
your family.
oh, thank you. Maybe not ask the kids. Sometimes I can be a little harder on them. Uh, Ultimately, though, we are doing it because we want the student to be the one that is, featured. We want their story told. We wanna talk about how special some of these schools are because it's
Hmm.
amazing what these administrators, teachers do
right.
It's awesome. We love the students, we love the schools, and we love the advertisers.
Mm.
Those are why we do what we do.
Well, the advertisers that we have, many of them have been with us from the very beginning, and we are just so thankful and appreciative of, just their commitment and their time and just being able to help us to tell the stories of these very deserving student athletes. And um, these types of things where the kids will have a magazine. And I'm just telling, I'm going back to this again. It was so special being able to hand out some of the magazines that we had from the issue that Riley was in to some different people, um, to his parents in Fulton, to be able to hand them some extra copies of the magazine. And so I was very thankful that we had that to be able to pass along to them.
100%.
Yeah. So, Katie, tell us a little bit about the creative process. I mean, when you're going out there to do almost 70 photo shoots in 4 days, and we see all these kids, and how in the world are you able to come up with the creative ideas for different shots? Again, it's all about Jay, isn't it?
Ah, I mean, sometimes it's really
I know.
hard.
I
The
draw a blank most of the time. I don't know.
I'm just a sassy tripod.
No, there's definite moments where I just turn around and I stare at you guys with big eyes, being like, "Okay, any ideas?" No.
Whenever she turns and has that look, and I'm like, "Oh crap. Okay, I got to start thinking." Cuz that's the look I have most of the time.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, we've almost been doing this for 10 years. And I guess, posing can be repetitive sometimes. But the cool thing is that you're never going to get the same look or feel
Yep.
because
Right,
we're not featuring the same student. So
right.
um that's where just their personality shines.
Hmm.
And I had some fun ideas or crazy ideas this last time. Where I'm like, okay, and I have to act it out. I can't. Words do not necessarily form properly sometimes
Uh-huh.
early in the morning, especially if I haven't had enough coffee. And so, anyways, I'll act it out, and I don't play sports at all, and so I'm sure I add some comic relief in that moment just because I look really ridiculous trying to do something super cool that they can pull
No,
off like no problem, but um,
You look great to me.
you do
so
great. You do
but
great.
no, it's fun. Every kid just brings something different to the photo shoots. And like you said, just getting to meet them and
Mhm.
hearing their story and we chat the whole time while we're
Right.
doing photos
Mhm.
just because it is an experience and um it's fun for me to be able to give them that, and then after their issue comes out, if they want pictures, then give them those pictures, um, just as a
Hmm.
thank you for being a part of the magazine and taking the time um, so, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
And I do want to share that. I mean, people, I mean, just may not understand that. I mean, your typical professional photographer, which you are, you're not typical. You are cream of the crop. But your typical photographer will want to charge or make sure they're getting all the recognition for everything, and they want to charge if they're giving the packages back, to the students. And you guys early on decided that when their issue came out, that after it came out, then you would make available all the photographs to the student athletes. Tell us why you guys did that.
We're just thankful that they will be a part of the magazine, that they took the time to let us tell their story, um, to capture their pictures and share it with Mid Missouri. So, it's just a way to give back. And it's like Jay said, it's for the schools, the students, and the advertisers. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's not about any of us. And we're just thankful that we can give them those pictures and that opportunity, and hopefully portray their story in a way that they can be proud of and enjoy.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, and you only get a feature just a 1, maybe sometimes up to 3 photos. I mean, it just kinda depends on how the
Right.
layout works in the magazine, but sometimes she has 6, 7 great photos and only
Hmm.
1 ends up in the magazine, and it's just such a waste. The family should if yeah, again, the student and the family, we want them to be able to take that
Right.
and let them have that, and so it's awesome, um that's another side of it after the issue comes out. Katie sits down, creates all these web links, uploads everything individually to the web link, emails it out. If they do deactivate if they don't get downloaded, so then sometimes people reach back out 3, 4 issues later. Oh, hey,
Mm.
can I get my photos? And it's a year after the magazine came out, but she dives right back in, finds it for him, re-uploads the link, gets it all done for him. I mean, she does a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yes, both of you do, but yes, most definitely. I'm
I'm
gonna take.
I'm just here for the show.
Yeah, you're here
I'm
for the
just
good
here to
time.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I'm going to quickly do a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk. I mean, there's different things like the weather. There's different circumstances that we come across. For instance, like there may be a stage set up in the entire gym area. I mean, there's different things that happen, and we'll talk about something that happened this last time on the extra day that we had to add. Driving to Eldon. We'll talk about a little something that happened then. You guys see that look right there? That is what they like to call a tease, and we will be right back.
Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, they have been with us from the very beginning with One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra. So 200 episodes. They've been right there with us from the very beginning. So thank you, CNS. Also, we've got another sponsor, and I'm going to have Jay say a little something about this because we have Big Whiskeys, and they sponsor our coach of the issue. Jay, why don't you say a little bit about why it's so important to recognize the coaches?
Man, the coaches put in so much time and effort, and none of that is like you don't get compensated a bunch extra for all this time. And that's why I said earlier when I talk about the administrators, the teachers, they
Hmm.
do so much for this nominal salary, and they'll go 90 to 100 hours a week
Hmm.
just pouring in all this extra time for practices, for the games, for travel, for emailing other school districts, setting up games, communicating, making sure there are refs there. I mean, when we go out to one of my favorite coaches is Coach Branson out there in Russellville. That guy, he'll be mowing the lawn, he'll be driving the school bus, he'll be setting up games for because as the AD, helping coach softball. Like the guy just does so much, and he enjoys every bit of it. That's one of those things where you can't sit there and go, okay, I'm doing this for the job and
Hmm.
for this paycheck. No, I'm doing it because I love what I do and I love these kids and I want them to have good life and good opportunity. That's the I you can't say enough about these coaches. I just wrote one for coach Tara Dick Knight over at Lighthouse Preparatory Academy
Hmm.
when she got chose to be a coach, it was, well, hey, my kid wants to do basketball. Hopefully there's enough girls to do this to do this sport. They had plenty of girls. They had no coach, and they turned to her and said, "We need your help." And then,
Yeah.
so sure enough, that's how she got involved in that. And boy, just hearing her talk about how much the girls have blessed her life by her stepping in and being the coach, it's just amazing. Like I
Yeah,
have so much respect for them. And then thank you to Big Whiskeys for doing that, for sponsoring them and acknowledging the hard work.
yeah.
Um, that's some good food. I'm salivating just talking about it.
Well, and we have our friend Paula Benny from CNS Employment Solutions. She popped on and said, "Congratulations on the 200th episode."
Love you, Paula. Thank you.
Yes, we greatly appreciate everything that you do. Okay, so we had the teaser before we went to the quick little break. So we had to shift our schedule a little bit. We had to do one extra morning. We were trying to use that last day to spend time and do stuff as a family, but we ended up having to head on out to Eldon, and we got there, got the student athletes together. We were heading over to the middle school where they have the football field, the track, all that. Tell us what happened.
I'm assuming you want my drama.
Yes, I do.
So dad's driving like a maniac. I'm kidding. So we leave to go down. Now, from my understanding, it was just a short, like just right around the corner. We're just driving down. And so I don't put on my seatbelt. If you guys know the sports locker car, it's a Mini Cooper. It's just it's tight for a big fella like me. It's roomy for the size car it is. It's still tight. I have to like, when I open the car door and
But
have to go down,
you have lost weight. You have
oh,
lost
I
weight.
have. Thank you very
So it's
much.
better, right?
I still have to say
Okay.
Geronimo and just fall backwards down into the seat. I have no idea. Hopefully the car catches me
Yeah.
every time it has, so that's good. I've also hit my head getting in that car
I
so
have
many
two.
times.
I have two.
Okay, the bottom line was is I don't put on my seatbelt. The car's just ding, ding, ding. I don't care. Doesn't bother me one lick. Obviously, it bothers the dynamic duo, father
Uh-huh.
daughter, because
It
every
does.
time it dings,
Just put on your
uh,
seatbelt.
Jay, Jay, put on your seatbelt. I'm like, it's right around the corner. It's no big deal. My wife even says, um, well, if there's an accident, you want your belt on. And I'm like, honey, just it's right around the corner. Just stop. It's not a big deal. Dad pulls up to a stop sign, stops like he's supposed to. A car is turning left and is just turns it so sharp they're about to hit us. Dad even I'm like talking to my wife like we're not going to get in an accident and all of a sudden dad's like, "Hey!" and even honks the horn and I look up and there's a car literally turning into us and it does. It completely smashes the front end and the side panel and just scrapes along the side of us and we're just sitting there like, "What happened?
What happened?
We weren't moving. We're just sitting here and I'm literally looking around like, did we miss something? But this car, the sun was in their eyes, the way the
Mhm.
sun fell, they turned that corner way too sharp and just dad, they damaged the little Mini Cooper.
They did. So the interesting thing was, many months before that, the passenger side where you were sitting, Jay, which was I'm thankful that you had your seatbelt on because that that would have been not good. But that side, a deer just ran out and just ran into the side of the car. It turned back towards the fence, and I had already slowed down, but it turned back toward the fence. Right when I got up on it, it shot right out in front of me and hit that front quarter panel. Front quarter panel did damage. We had to replace the quarter panel, the hood, all of that. And so now we have the left side, the driver's side. Um, you know, so it's in repair right now. Thanks to Kimna Collision Repair, they're taking care of the Mini Cooper right now. So you guys have
Thanks, Kimna.
no idea the perils that we go through getting out there to get the scoop,
It
right?
was so funny. We had just talked with the student athletes, from the school. They come driving down the street and they're like, "What's going on?" And we're like, we just got into an accident. Someone just hit us. Can we ride with you over to the
Well, no,
school?
yeah.
We'll start
Can I
Yeah,
add to
we'll hitch a ride with you and we'll start the photo shoot while Kirk deals with the police and
Yeah.
all
Can I
that
add the
drama.
drama? Can I add the drama here? Folks, they just left me. They just left me.
We did. Felt kind of bad, just ditched you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
somebody had to
That's
stay with the
that's
car and
yeah. That was there was just that shows you the level of importance. I had nothing that was important that I needed to do other than to go pick them up. But okay, I was being a little bit of J drama. I'm sorry. Hey, anything else that you guys want to add as far as some of the things that go into putting the magazine together?
no, I just want to say thank you to the schools, to each student that we featured over the years and the ones coming up, just for being willing to jump in and work with us and um, you know, the advertisers. You guys are the reason we have the magazine, and so we're just so thankful for each and every one of you. It brings joy during the design to get to feature all those businesses and showcase them and for their support.
Mhm.
Um, and so, yeah, just thankful.
And by
Yeah, and
saying
then
that,
and
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, and then a shout out to all the staff. You know, I already talked about Kirsten Cheney making me sound better than I really am. But then there's also Emily Lesh, and she's doing all of the social media and does a fantastic job with that. Are you hitting me or the mosquito?
I
I
got
can't
the
tell.
mosquito. I got it.
Okay, okay. And then obviously you dad and we've got John out there doing some sales as well, and so it's it takes a team, and I really like the team we have. And then obviously I know Kate has been doing the design now, but shout out to all the years Amanda Crawford poured into that, and was a great mentor for Katie and helped her get off the ground doing that. So anyways, it takes a village, and
Hmm.
we've got a pretty fantastic one.
Absolutely. Uh, Jay, real quick, why don't you just share? I mean, actually, the whole magazine kind of got started because of you.
I I I that must have been a I must have slept that memory away. Dad, you did so much work and effort to get that off the ground. You can't just say it was
But we
because of
had
me.
we were working on the idea,
We
but then
were.
you were like, why don't we just get going with this? And so we
Unfortunately, that's my personality. I don't like to just sit around and talk about it for too long. Eventually, I just want to do. And
yeah,
so we went and did. But
we did.
Dad, you're the one that has sustained it and grew it, and very thankful for all of what you've done over the years. Your
Uh,
um, your guidance and leadership in that is what's really taken it to where it's at. So thank you.
well, thank you guys. But again, I would say we've said this is that it's about the student athletes, the schools, and the advertisers. I think that's one of the things that you will notice that's very different about what we do now. Jay, you've got a new picture that's going to be in the final page. It's going to be a little bit more of the growth with the beard on this one, right?
I'm excited. I haven't seen any of these photos yet, so we'll see which one she ends up choosing. I had some good ones. I think I was doing like a tiger.
Yeah.
Rawr. I did a couple photo shots like that, tiger. Rawr.
And those will not be the ones that are in the magazine.
Thank you. Thank
Be
you.
clear.
I don't even know if you want to share them with the subject. Melanie asked a good question right here. When was the first issue? Sorry if she missed that. So it was March, April of 2015, very first one. And were we a little nervous? Absolutely, because none of us had ever done that before. Oh, yeah, here's my sister Vicky. She said, easy, tiger. Thank you, Vic, for coming in and taming the tiger. Love it.
Thank you. Love you.
Real quick, I wanted to just ask, what are some of you remember some of the we have the student athletes, and we try to feature the different ones on this program here. Some of the different ones from the current issue of the magazine. We can only get so many in over a period of 2 months, but we've also had some other special interviews that we've done with some celebrities. Can you remember a few of those?
Yeah, loved the interview we did with Ozzie Smith. That was just super special. We had what made it so special was we had Josh Crawford, a dear friend of mine, on the program, and he is just such an Ozzie Smith fan.
Yeah,
So he was just like fangirling out that he was able to be on the program and get to talk to Ozzy, and Ozzy actually responded and talked back to him, and so
yes.
that's what made that one really special. Um, and
And we got to
so
speak about our friend Derek Spicer, who helped arrange that, as
I was
well as
about
some
to
of the other
say,
ones.
and the only reason we got that was because of D Spice.
Hmm.
And so love D Spice. When me and him are together, we have great energy and we just work off of each other. And so I don't know. It's like two hamsters running in one of those little wheels together. We're just so excited. And so, yeah, love D Spice. Great energy. And I've been loving watching his health and wellness journey.
Yeah.
Um, and he was also one that helped inspire me get on a health and wellness journey. So thank you for that, D Spice.
Well, we've also had, through our connection with him, we've had Neil Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs, Hall of
Yep,
Famer.
that was
We've
fun.
had Kimball Anders, had him on. That was a great interview as well. And actually,
Yep.
Kimball was our 100th episode. So we have done 100 episodes since then. We've had some uh, celebrities, I guess you would call them, or let's call them artists from the music industry
Yep.
in our Redemption Inside the Walls concert that we've put on for 6 years now. We were able to, and again, shout out to Paula Benny and her team at CNS Employment Solutions and her church, New Hope Baptist, and all the hard work that they put in.
Yep.
But we've been able to bring the Newsboys to Jefferson City the second year during COVID. We had Michael W. Smith the third year and the second year of COVID. Basically, we had Aaron Schust. Then after that, we had one of my favorite bands of all time, especially when we were doing youth group, was Rend Collective. Love those guys; they were awesome. And then last year we had um, with us, and I'm drawing a blank here real quick. Why am I drawing a blank?
We
I'm
don't know
drawing a
the
blank.
Jeopardy, so
And Paula, you're gonna have to type it
Who
in. I
was
can't
the?
believe I just drew a
it was
blank.
a lady.
Oh, I was trying to think of the rock band though. You've had a rock band too.
This year we had Matt Marr, and last year I cannot believe I can't Grant,
Natalie Grant.
huh?
Natalie Grant.
Natalie
Natalie.
Grant.
Natalie Grant. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. My sister Vicky jumped on her. Thank you, Vic, and you and Katie. That's what happens when I go off script.
Who was the rock band
Sometimes
that came? You had a rock band special concert too, and
that
they connected
that was
with
a
Bowman.
that was a different one that was Disciple, and
Oh
that
yeah,
was
Disciple.
yeah, that wasn't associated with Redemption Inside the Walls
Okay.
or anything, but that was a good event too. But I wanted to say we did have we had Gareth from Rend Collective on the program, and he did his interview when they were having like a band and family barbecue. And one of his kids, he said, "I don't know how they got past the security to get into the room. We have things set up, and blah blah blah." So there's one of his kids was in there, and then pretty soon by the second half of the interview, after we did our commercial break, he's just laying down on the couch holding the phone up and talking to us. I mean, he was real comfortable with us. That was awesome. And we had
That is
Matt,
great.
yeah, we had Matt Marr on this year, and as always, we had Brooke from Spirit FM. She's been able to join us for most years, and um, we've had other guests on there. We were able to have Angela Hurst from the Rape and Abuse Crisis Center join us. She was our beneficiary for this year, and we just presented the check to them here not long ago from the proceeds as the beneficiary. So man, lots of stuff going on all the time. And, I just say, I love it. We live in a good community. I know you guys love your community there. You grew up here. Um, whether you like it or not, you're still a part of this community, and that's
Love
that's
it.
the way it is. All right, I want to give you guys opportunity for any final comments.
You already did that,
Well,
and we had them.
okay. If you're gonna be sassy tripod again,
Oh, sassy tripod's back. Okay, sorry.
all right. Well, guys, I don't want to keep you from any more of your time. I know you jumped on here at the last minute because we did have a change in plans. And again, I just want to apologize for those that were tuning in for a different purpose. Um, our hearts go out to all of you and to all the families, and just continuing to pray for you. Jay, would you like to close out the program for me as you do so well?
Absolutely. Um, it was a special treat tonight to do 200, the 200th episode. Makes me feel quite old and gray. If you can't see all the gray, it's there. It's special to do it next to this lady of mine. She is she's quite special. You know, I don't even know if you remember, Kate, but it is October 21st. That is the day that I asked you to be my girlfriend. And I did that 19 years ago on this day. And I planned on getting you flowers before I came home, but dad ruined that
Oh yeah,
by saying I had to be on this program, so I was unable to do so. I apologize.
yeah,
But I will shout you out.
yeah.
Uh 19 years ago, she made a decision that changed her life forever,
That
for
was
better or for worse. And she said, "Yes, I'll be your girlfriend." I don't know if, I went on such a ramble. I was so nervous when I tried to talk to her. I don't even remember really asking her to be my girlfriend. I just remember saying, you know, I like, let's just see, what happens. And
is
I
your
like
dad
you.
is your dad
Y-
going to approve?
Yeah. I rambled a whole lot. And by the end of it, she was confused. But then I told everyone, I was like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. And that's just how it worked out.
So
So
was the tackle in the parking lot before or after that?
it was before.
Okay.
That was before. You saw the writing on the wall. You knew it was coming. You
And
knew it was coming.
I'm glad it
But
came. I'm glad it
even
came.
you laying the smackdown did not stop me.
Yeah.
So, anyways, happy 19 years, honey.
Happy 19 years.
Doesn't mean you can skip out on the flowers. Okay.
Technically, technically just did. So,
Okay. She probably takes some
any,
coffee.
anyways, folks, you can't get this type of special programming anywhere else. Every Monday night at 7 p.m., you get One Nation and SLM Extra. And we love to bring you guys good stories, um, just a lot of fun, um, good family program that you can watch together and just enjoy your night and hopefully laugh with us. And I don't do this for fun. So if you're not laughing, if you're not laughing with me, then you're laughing at me. So just laugh with me. That's why I'm doing this. Laugh with me. Laugh with Kirk. Keep supporting us and keep supporting all these kids. We really appreciate it. So I'm closing us out every Monday night, 7 p.m. Share this episode. Tell your friends. Join us. One Nation and SLM Extra. We'll see you next Monday. God bless.
God bless you guys. Thank you for all you do.